Hi and welcome to my channel. This is my first video. My name is Maylyn. I am super excited to share with you guys my personal experience and dedication from learning regarding narcissist actions for so many years, over 15 years. With that being said, I am not a psychologist, a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. I'm just solely going based on my experience and educating myself regarding these individuals. Okay, so let's jump into the biggest question of all: how to identify who is a narcissist. Well, our title today is, are you a narcissist? Signs and symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder, which is known as NPD. Okay, that's the meaning of NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, first and most importantly, let's define the word narcissist. What is a narcissist, right? Let's see what it is. Okay, so a narcissist is considered a person who has an extreme interest in themselves. So in other words, pretty much they think the world revolves around them pretty much the whole time. So that's what they believe. I will refer throughout my conversation to a narcissist as an NPD, which means narcissistic personality disorder. So whenever you hear NPD, that's what I mean, a narcissist. Okay, so let's move on. One of the first, I don't want to say title, but behaviors that these individuals have, that they always talk about themselves. They love to refer solely about them, and pretty much it's all about how they feel. So narcissists, they tend to think and speak only of themselves, most likely than not about their physical look, talent, or achievements. Wonderful, huh? Yeah. However, these comments tend to be expanded and are not necessarily accurate reflections of their lives. Okay, just so you have an idea pretty much of who these people are. They also have little regard for others around them, rarely, if ever, asking others for their thoughts or feelings. So this is because people who suffer from NPD lack empathy, and therefore they're unable to recognize or understand the needs and feelings of others. So they absolutely see nothing wrong with that, and they just move on in life, believing that pretty much it's all about them and how they think, and that's what's right to them. Another point about narcissist NPD is that they believe that they are superior. Okay, what do you mean by that, huh? Okay, so pretty much people with NPD often have a wonderful sense of self-importance, leading them to feel superior to most, and they believe that only others who are just as special as they are can truly understand them. And those are the people that they want to be surrounded by. So they pretty much feel comfortable believing that people that they feel comfortable, that truly understand them, are quite a unique, very small group of people that to them it actually don't even exist, because they don't agree with most, let's say, people that don't have this narcissist behavior. So that's pretty much how they feel about it. So in order to maintain feelings of control, they will resort to depreciating others by focusing on their faults, whether they're real or abstract. The narcissist, this is an effective way to hide their own defect and prevent their self-image. Pretty much that's what they tend to do. Another one is require constant approval. So despite how superficial, confident narcissists may portray themselves, they often incredibly insecure and have very fragile self-esteem. So in order to continually brace themselves up, people with NPD require near constant approval and respect. They also expect to be recognized as superior even without achievements. This instability comes to sense of self and also makes narcissists highly reactive to criticism. Any comments that shine a focus of their deepest insecurities or mistakes may be met with a burst of narcissistic actually rage, causing the person to lie or divert the conversation in a different direction. So they pretty much make everything go another route to get away with how they feel, and they get really upset. They don't like it. Definitely not. That's something that they don't want to go through at all at any given time. Now, self of entitlement. People with NPD tend to have a sense of entitlement, expecting others to offer them special favors and satisfy their requests without question. If such treatment isn't given to them, they may become impatient and angry. This is because narcissists view others as existing mostly to serve their own needs. Now, take advantage of others. This is not cool. You never do that. Okay, so this is a trait that they seem to have fun with. And based on what I have learned, it's very common for people to naturally drawn to narcissists, finding them attractive, fascinating, and exciting. As a result of this, people with NPD may not have any issues getting people to do what they want. But in cases where the narcissist's needs are not being met, they have no problem taking advantage of others with little to no regard for the feelings or benefits of these people. Because of this product, narcissists often have very uncontrolled friendships and romantic relationships that don't last long. Another very important point is enjoy being a center of attention. So they pretty much love all the attention to be focused solely on them. Okay, so since narcissists need constant contribute from others in order to feed their low self-esteem, and because they feel superior to others, they crave attention at all times. Furthermore, narcissists, on the most part, like dominating conversations. To them, people don't seem to know how to have an interesting conversation, but on the other hand, they do. They know how to handle an amazing conversation at any given time with others. They feel obligated to talk about themselves. It's important to note there are two types of narcissism: the wonderful one and the weak one. Not unexpectedly, it's the wonderful narcissist that craves attention and often receives it by being outspoken, superior, self-loving, and entitled. Now, this is one that I'm going to talk about that it was really hard for me uh, as a person to even process in my brain. How can someone lack empathy, being so selfish and not care about the other person point of view, ideas, resentful? Like, you gotta put yourself in their shoes, or at least comprehend that they're human and they have their own point of view, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, they lack a lot of empathy, or they lack empathy, period. This is not too surprising after all the traits I have mentioned. However, narcissists often lack empathy, as I said. They are unable to realize with others or understand other people's perspective or comprehend their struggles. For example, they carry an incapacity of opposition to recognize the needs and feelings of other people. Sometimes a person with NPD can seem totally reasonable until they say something that's just outrageous, insensitive, for the most part. Now, as I said, I've been reading a lot and getting to know these individuals so I can cope better with them, and without hurting myself or hurting them verbally. So I read in one of those articles, one of my favorite definition of empathy comes from Judith Jordan from 1984 at the Stone Center. She defines empathy as a mental and emotional activity in which one person is able to experience the feelings and thoughts of another while suddenly knowing his or her own thoughts and feelings. So pretty much they can read your mind. To them, they know what you're going to say, they know what you're going to think or what you're thinking, and that's about it. Where nothing else really matters to them. So that was based on her statement. Now, another one is unlimited motivation. Having goals or motivations in life, it's a good thing, but narcissists take it to a whole new level because they feel superior to others and naturally special. They often set unlimited desires for themselves. As a result, narcissists fantasize about being the best of the best. They fantasize about how much more powerful they will be, how much more handsome, how much more wealthier, smart, and so forth. Their sense of entitlement and power, it's very rewarding to them, period. That's the bottom line, pretty much. Another trait of narcissist behaviors, they're incredibly insecure. This one might seem odd because of all the other personality I listed, like being charming, entitled, and believing they are superior to others. But people who suffer from narcissism are usually incredibly insecure, which is why they feel the need to put down others. Narcissists, they don't take criticism well. Most of us have experienced a time or two when we've become frustrated over things not going our way or had a hard time taking criticism from others. It's natural, right? We're only humans. But when it comes to narcissists, their inability to handle fault goes much deeper. They're unable to cope with things don't go their way and will be hard forced to ever admit fault and when they're wrong, which makes it impossible for them to take any kind of criticism, even if it's constructive. Although some narcissists are more reserved, many narcissists react defensively and even aggressively to personal criticism or failures. For example, when confronted with a weakness, even in a neutral way, they can react with unexpected and surprising outbursts of yelling, crying, anger, or any other aggressive activities. So these are all the characteristics that pretty much describe a narcissist. There's many others, but I will never finish. I'll make another video as far as how to cope with them without hurting yourself, your emotions, your feelings. I will make sure I cover everything, how I've made it to here, and how I can help you guys make it through it and make the best out of it for yourselves and others. I would like to thank you guys for listening to my video based on my personal experience and research that I've done for many years. I've come to the conclusion that these traits are definitely what describes a narcissist. There is a lot more to them, but little by little, I'll help you guys to cope better with this kind of individuals without verbally hurting yourself or others, as I said. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Stay tuned for more. Have a great and blessing day. Remember to do good for yourself and others. Bye.